appreciate you being with us today. And on page 1 of your testimony, you offer a fairly optimistic projection of what you think is likely to happen in the near term and into next year. You talk about expand through this year and next, and you talk about a 3.5% increase over the course of the rest of this year and a somewhat faster pace next year. But there was a column earlier this week in the Journal by Art Laffer, who obviously comes from a particular school of economic thought, and he talks about the tax increases that are coming. We know they're going to happen. The top marginal rate's going to go up. The dividends rate's going to go up. The capital gains tax rate's going to go up. And the fundamental principle in economics that government policies change people's behavior, and they have an impact. I mean, I think about my home state, Ohio. We have a pretty high marginal tax rate, income tax rate, and people leave because of that. We think of states like California with their tax rate. And you also, I think in the very first questions from the chairman, talked about the potential or the concern that's still out there about a double-dip recession. So talk to me about those tax increases that we know are going to happen. I mean, the administration and this Congress have been very, very plain about that. They're going to raise those taxes. What impact that may have on the growth that you're expecting to continue through the remainder of this year and into next year?
Well, the timing is critical. So we have a recovery underway now. So in the very near term, increased taxes, cuts, and spending that are too large would be a negative, would be a drag on the recovery. At the same time, as Mr. Ryan and others have pointed out, we need to convince markets that in the medium and longer term, we have a sustainable fiscal path. So the ideal strategy, in my view, is to provide soon a plan for balancing our budget, or at least bringing deficits down over the medium and longer term. Now, again, I'm not going to try to adjudicate for Congress, exactly how that should be done, but I would say that in the short term, that you should, as you look at fiscal issues, you should take into account the recovery and the strength of the recovery.